In this video, I'm going to explain on functions. In this topic, there are several objectives which are divided into three subtopics. The first subtopic is create function, the second subtopic is variable scope, and the third subtopic is toolbox. Under create function, you need to know how to create and use M functions with both single and multiple inputs and outputs. The second one, you need to know how to create and use local functions and nested functions. While under variable scope, you need to understand the difference between base and function workspace. The second one, you need to understand the variable scope of command window, script, main function, local function, and nested function. While in the toolbox subtopic, you need to understand what is MATLAB toolbox, what are the characteristics of the MATLAB toolbox, and how you can create the MATLAB toolbox. Function is divided into two types. The first one is the predefined function. Under predefined function, we have built-in function and mfile function. While under the user-defined function, we have main function, local function, and nested function. The built-in function in the predefined function, the code can't be accessed by the end user. While the M function under the predefined function, the code can be accessed by the end user. So how can we know which are the function that is already defined in MATLAB? What you can do is, you go to Google, type MATLAB help. Then you click the help here. You will get this display. After that, you click the support, you click functions, and you click MATLAB. Then you will get list of the functions that are already in the MATLAB. Now I'm going to explain the difference between the main function and local function. Let's say you have the M file and you want to create a function called MyStat. Okay, inside MyStat, you have another local functions that is used to calculate the mean and the median. So MyStat will be your main function. Thus, you should save this M function as mystat.m. Then it become a function file. That's why the main function should have the same name as the file. Another two is the local function. And this local function can only accessible by the other function within the same file. So if you want to call from other file or from the command window, you are going to call MyStat. You can't call mean or median function because mean and median function is the local function. You can access it in the command window. So next, I'm going to explain the difference between local function and nested function. The local functions are subroutines that are available within the same file, while the nested functions are completely contained within another function. So this nested function will have the host function or the parent function. So the local function or the main function can have nested function within that function. So the primary difference between the local function and the nested function is that the nested functions can use variables defined in parent function without explicitly passing those variables as arguments. So that's all about function that you need to know. Next, we go to the variable scope. In variable scope, you need to know the base variable and the local variables. Okay, you need to know how to differentiate between base variable and the local variable. As you can see in this figure, the base variable is in the main program file, while the local variable is in the function file, either in the main function or local function or nested function. So let's take a look at this example. Let's say you have this function, MyStat function. Okay, in this MyStat function, the input is your x and the output is the average and median. Inside MyStat function, you have two local functions, which are myMin function and myMedian function. The myMin function will calculate the average, while the myMedian function will calculate the median. And then you're going to type the input of your MyStat function in the command window. Let's say we name it as a data. And you assign the random integer between 100 to 200 to the data variable. And this data variable is your base workspace variable because it is in the command window. And then it will pass this data into the MyStat using the input argument of x. Later on, in the function of MyStats, the x will be passed to the myMin function and myMedian function using v argument. After that, the results of the mean and median will be passed back to the MyStat function through the output arguments of a and m. Okay, now we are going to pass the variable from the main function to the main program, which is in the command window, using a and b argument. So here, wherever in the command window is a base variable, while wherever in the main function or the nested function or the local function is a local variable. So I hope you understand or you can differentiate between the base variable and the local variables. Thank you.